Patriots, baby.
The Inky Man.
And he's on the door. And he's on the door.
It is real.
And he's on the door. And he's on the door.
Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy.
The Inky Man.
Happy Taco Tuesday to you, you suckers. How y'all doing? So, last show that I did, I addressed Scott Adams and his reckless comments. And boy, did I get the response I was looking for. So, without further ado, it's time to address some comments. Address some comments, yeah. You know, that's an interesting point because essentially what he was saying is that he supported the black community, became a member of the black community as far as identifying himself as such, read one poll by who knows, Rasmussen or whatever, took that poll, generalized it as something that is just a given across the board. Like, I don't even know who took that poll, so obviously I didn't take the poll. And ran with it and basically said, well, you know, I helped you guys out and you guys don't even like me based off what I read over here. So let me get the hell away from you. Hey, and the rest of you white folks, get the hell away from them. Am I wrong with that? Is that not what happened? Next. Thank you. Next. Now, be fair, he did go on towards the end and said that he didn't want to associate with the hate group that he joined, the black community, but he also didn't want to associate with white supremacist groups either. So I'll be fair that he did say that. Yet still, though, the things that he said still doesn't kind of support what I think he's trying to do. I don't know. Thanks for the comment. Next. Big shout to my boy, man. Yes, I'm glad that you responded. Of all the people who follow me and are a part of my community, as far as the Inky Man's community, I'm glad that you responded. Okay? And you're right. If we were together and we were at work, we would probably be talking about this for a good week now. with consistent, progressive additions to whatever we're talking about, whatever we come to a conclusion with. But when you said black folks are the most intelligent when it comes to this, correct. I would have to agree with that. We are very intelligent when it comes to race relations because out of all the races, to me, we're the ones that have to deal with the relations all the time. And we have to deal with it in a negative connotation. And it's crazy because now, I'm not saying that we're the only folks that go through this, okay? I'm just pointing out what I know from being a member of the black community. We have racism against us from all races, and then we have racism against our own people, light skin versus black, various diasporas, Jamaicans and Africans and African Americans and Cape Verdeans and just various people that we have to deal with. They don't even like each other in some cases, So when it comes down to that topic, I would have to say, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Whereas white folks are seen as wealthy and pass on the knowledge on how to maintain and create wealth, and this goes on for generations and generations, we pass on slavery and everything that goes along with that. All the negative connotations. That's our legacy. This is what we pass on to our kids. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it just hit me as I was saying it. But that's what it is. That's what it is. That's crazy. Anyway, I really don't like getting into race relationships anyway, but I'm glad that I did with this one because it created a lot of engagement. Now, big shout out to my man for answering that question. Here is the one that is the doozy. You ready? Strap in. Here we go.
What did you say? You say, you say, you say, you say, you say. What did you say? You say, you say, you say, you say.
I was just bullshit. I was just bullshit. I was just bullshit.
Yeah. That's all. That's all. Yeah. What do you mean?
Hey.
What did you say? You say, you say, you say, you say. What did you say? You say, you say, you say, you say. What did you say? You say, you say.
I posted one. I posted one. That's all. The blood clots up.
What did you say? You say, you say, you say, you say. What did you say? You say, you say.
I posted one. I posted one. That's all. The blood clots up.
I was just bullshit. I was just bullshit. I was just bullshit.
Yeah. That's all. That's all. Yeah. What do you mean?
What did you say? You say, you say, you say, you say.
Ooh. That comment was so loaded. And the thing is that there's some truth there. And the things that people are not going to want to accept about that comment. But there's truth to that comment. Bottom line is this. First of all, big shout to my man for giving that comment. Very brave, and I'm glad you did it. Because just like my man that had the other comment that I'm friends with, we cannot tackle the issue unless it's discussed. And I'm talking about a discussion that has some kind of solution to it, or even if there's no solution, just an awareness by just bringing it up and having the conversation. More people of various races and ethnicities and genders need to have conversations like these so that people can understand where people come from. If nothing else, so that people understand where people come from. So that you as a racist white person per se, you see this and you hear how people, are perceived. Let me scratch that. One of the reasons why I'm not racist, and one of the reasons why I have friends of all nationalities, is because I've traveled all over the world. I've lived all over the world, being an Air Force brat. So it gave me the opportunity to see cultures in various cities. I've lived in Minnesota, so I see how kind of the Scandinavian, how that thing went on. That's where I experienced the most racism, as a child. It was, that was Minnesota and North Dakota. I experienced that there. Living in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Long Island, people are conservative, uptight, very intense. I understood that. I moved out to San Diego, lived in San Diego, San Diego County. So I lived in Carlsbad, I lived in Vista, I lived in, it was one other place. It wasn't San Marcos, it wasn't Escondido, it wasn't Encinitas. Vista, Oceanside. I lived in Oceanside. So I lived in various places throughout the United States, but I also lived in the UK as a baby. And the thing is, I was able to embrace the different cultures, how people spoke, what people ate, why people thought the way they thought based off their environment. So with that allows me to be able to just adapt quickly, very quickly. And whereas people know me as a person who's very nomadic, that is one of the reasons that I am the way that I am with this nomadic foundation. I'm able to embrace someone's culture. I'm able to be put into a room, sit there for a good little bit, and then become a part of that room before the day is over. And have friends, and have people that want to see me later, and people I want to see later, blah, 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 blah. All due to embracing everyone's cultures. When you stay in that one area, when you think that a vacation is going to the next city over and doing some shit, gotta do better. Gotta do better. And again, this is why I don't really like tackling race relationships, because it's a thing that is never really going to be solved, because it's opinion based. And as long as there's opinions, there's never going to be, it's never going to be solved, because it's opinion. There's no facts. There's nothing that's backing up your opinion. Your opinion is only what you feel and what you thought and what you bring to the table based off of what you've experienced as a person. Or you know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, I'm going to do something else. We'll get to another one. But I wanted to thank y'all. I wanted to make sure I addressed those comments, and I didn't want to lose y'all. And if you have anything else and you have more to say, go ahead and comment below. This is the year of the man, ladies and gentlemen. Check me out on Spotify. Let me see. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Tidal. I'm on Deezer, Amazon Music. I'm doing it out there, ladies and gentlemen. Just stay tuned for the year of the man. Happy Tuesday, you suckers. I'll talk to you later.
The next 24 hours are absolutely critical if we're going to control the spread of this disease.